This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
If you're a seeker, don't miss the inspiring book Shamanic Awakening, Between the Dark and the Daylight. This remarkable work chronicles shamanic counselor and indigenously trained dream decoder Sandra Cochran's 35 years of experience with diverse wisdom keepers throughout the Americas. Sandy's initiations across the British Isles, Turkey, Greece, and Egypt, combined with her knowledge of symbology, psychology, and myth, influence her dream blog and workshops. Sandy offers private readings, sacred international journeys, a meditative CD, and her book, Shamanic Awakening, to encourage you as you navigate your earth walk and create a deeper connection to yourself. Find this and more at her website, starwalkervisions.com.
Welcome again to The Secret to Everything. You are listening to my amazing show where we have incredible guests every week, usually by request, by your request. I am Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and I am so looking forward to spending the next hour with you, and I am so looking forward to spending the next hour with our guest. We have the beautiful and amazing Judith Costa, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, and we'll bring her on in a little bit. And yes, you will not miss my little rant that I usually do. I actually have a topic. I don't think I ran it last show, but you guys kind of enjoy that, so I don't want to disappoint anyone. But Judith is a certified, I love this so much, you guys, unconditional love coach. Ooh, that feels so good. Seminar leader. She's a writer and a speaker. She's a super, super smart lady. She has a master's in psychology and psychotherapy. She works with groups, individuals, online, in person, all over the world. She helps us dissolve and overcome our inner blocks to love and to know ourselves better. She knows a ton of different techniques. So if you don't like one, she can take another one out of her tool bag. She uses regression therapy, coaching. She can dig into the Akashic records, astrology, dream interpretation. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to ask Judith what she does not do, because this is one talented lady. And I always hate to give you guys the website, but she's so amazing. I'll let you have a sneak peek. Her website is judithmcosta.com. So here's my little rant for the day, because Judith will bring us back into line with unconditional love. And I do want to be really, really loving about this. But I noticed on social media that everybody is ranting and raving because in America, the president that we now have is trying to dissolve Obamacare or state-sponsored health care, or dilute it or eliminate it. I'm not sure what he's doing. I don't know if he knows what he's doing, but he's trying to, get rid of health care. You guys have to know, as an alternative health practitioner of over 25 years, yes, I'm old. I know I don't sound old, but I am old. But that really hits close to home, because even when I've had amazing insurance, and before we had all this kind of socialized healthcare and all the hubbub with all the co-pays and the doctors, their liability insurance going up, even before we had all that, when I really needed them numerous times in my life, with the exception of one, conventional medicine wasn't there for me. It didn't matter if I paid for it, although at one time I thought conventional medicine was the answer, and I didn't even have the money with insurance to pay for it. I had to sell family heirlooms, and I know it's just stuff, but it was like my great-great-grandparents' stuff, to pay for healthcare, because it was so dang expensive, and it still is. It's probably obviously a lot more expensive now. But all that to say, when did it become someone else's responsibility to take care of the health of us and our kids? I really don't understand when we became so entitled, and when we stopped learning, and when we stopped passing on oral herbal traditions. Of course, I'm an herbalist, but, you can call it old wives' tales or whatever, but most people, when their child has croup, what do? They call the ambulance, they run them to the emergency room, they give them, histamine, antihistamine stuff. And you know what I did? I did it the old-fashioned way. I turned on a real, real hot shower. I held my baby in my arms. I did a good old-fashioned, and this is old-fashioned, you guys, onion poultice. And guess what? My sweet little baby in my arms in the security of her home, in about 20 minutes, done. Why don't we teach each other these things? Why don't we pass on the power and the authority and the awesomeness that we can control many, many things in our life? Of course, there's many things we can't control, but there's many things we can, and it's simple education. I think it's time not to protest, not to whine, not to stamp our feet. I think it's time to educate ourselves, to take classes. I'm sure Judith offers classes, to learn herbal medicine. I mean, what are you going to do, if the lights go out in the whole country and there are no hospitals and there are no ambulances and there is no gas? Basic first aid, basic practical health care, natural things that you can grow in your garden, make your own tinctures, make your own herbal medicine. I know this is a long rant, but really, you guys, when did it become someone else's responsibility? Now, I'm going to give a caveat. Also, if not for modern medicine, I would not be speaking right now, because at one time I had an emergency and I was bleeding to death and they had to slice me open and they saved my life. So I'm not against modern medicine. I don't want you guys to think that. I just think it's time to take back the power from the politicians and from everybody else and take it back into our own neighborhoods and our own towns and our own families. And so that's my rant for today. So this show is sponsored by secrettoeverything.com. If you want to take a sneak peek during the commercial break while listening to the amazing commercials, of course, you can go ahead and do that. But we will be right back on The Secret to Everything with Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and we'll be talking to Ms. Judith Costa.
Hello?
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
How would you like to be able to read other people's minds? Well, the next best thing is here. When you know how to read a person's name, you know how the person thinks, feels, and behaves. Each letter in our name holds a key to unlock our true essence. Our name contains both our gifts and challenges in this lifetime. Mnemology science discovers personality secrets hidden in the placement of the letters of our names, including the first and last impression people remember about us. Sharon shows us how to interpret the arrangement of letters as outlined in her book, Know the Name, Know the Person. Sharon Lynn Wyeth created mnemology science after 18 years of research and testing her theories, and has supported thousands of people around the world in understanding themselves and others better. You'll enjoy Sharon's unique teachings as she shares her system to learn the gifts behind your given birth name. Even if you don't like your birth name, there are jewels in this book. If you're thinking of changing your name, ready to name your child, or wanting to get along better with others, this is the book for you. If you'd like to improve your relationships and change your life for the better, get the book today, Know the Name, Know the Person, or visit www.knowthename.com. That's www.knowthename.com.
Take a step back in time and discover old Florida cuisine at Marsh Landing Restaurant in Fellsmere, Florida. Enjoy delicacies such as frog legs, gator tail, catfish, and swamp cabbage, or enjoy the more traditional cuisine such as hand-cut Angus steaks, ribs, and seafood. Join us for breakfast with a southern flair featuring sweet potato pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and much more. Planning a party? Marsh Landing's private dining rooms can accommodate groups from 8 to 80 people. While you visit, enjoy the historic pictures, artifacts, and stories that line the walls. Marsh Landing is truly a unique experience. Marsh Landing Restaurant, 44 North Broadway in historic downtown Fellsmere, or visit marshlandingrestaurant.com. Marsh Landing, old Florida cuisine at its best.
You are listening to The Secret to Everything with Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and I am here today with Judith Costa, and you may not have caught our rambling preamble, but we are going to be talking about how to fall in love with yourself and find your soulmate. And I actually love this topic because in the consciousness world, there's kind of a big debate about twin flames and soulmates. So I think this is going to be a really great conversation. You guys are really going to enjoy it. So welcome to The Secret to Everything, Judith.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited. You are quite the world-renowned expert on all things. So let's get to know you a little bit. How did you come into this specialty? Because you kind of really specialize in this. You give workshops and classes, and this is kind of your thing, soulmates and relationships and loving yourself. So you are obviously naturally gifted. I imagine you were born that way. So tell us how you decided to do this for a career.
Oh, let me tell you that it's a surprise for me to be talking about this. If you asked me 20 years ago, I will say, no, never. I mean, are you crazy? I had my own business in Spain. I'm from Barcelona. And I never imagined that my hobby will be my, I don't like to call it career because I love so much what I do. It's my passion. It's my mission. Mm-hmm. But it was the concept of soulmates what transformed my life. I read this book of Brian Weiss, Only Love is Real. In that moment, I was married, and what provoked is kind of a quest to demonstrate myself that my husband was my soulmate. And to my surprise, what happened is one of my soulmates showed up in my life. And I had to figure it out. I'm very analytical and mental, and I love to study. That's the reason why I have so many tools and I offer so many things. I have to go through the process that life put me in to discover what a soulmate is, that we have more than one soulmate. What is true love? What is unconditional love and this bond that soulmates have between them? And I moved to the U.S. to do this. I arrived here in 2010, and I continue my transformation, and I add more tools to my toolbox, and here I am. And as I told you, I enjoy so much what I do. Is helping others to find love, true love, and to understand what is holding them back. Why it's not working if this is the problem.
Oh gosh, there's so many places we can go. I want to start with something that you said, which is another big debate question in the world of soulmates. Do you have, kind of the word soulmate implies one. Do you really only have one soulmate? And if you miss it, you're kind of sunk and you have to be alone forever?
No, not at all. I think that because of the way we are, raised maybe. When I read the book, I thought that in the idea of monogamy, we only have one soulmate and this has to be the one. But it's not true. We have more than one soulmate. And I love the category that an author that only does past life regression, he's called Michael Newton. He has a couple of books on how the souls travel, because soulmates have a soul connection. That's the reason why it's called soulmate. Then he says that we have what is called a primary soulmate, that usually is a romantic partner. with whom we share part of our lives or whole. But we have other categories. A soulmate can be a colleague, a friend, even a pet, a sibling. Why? Because the idea that we have a primary soulmate and this category is called a soul companion doesn't mean that the primary is more important, but it sets a like kind of a division in this debate that you mentioned, no? The word soulmate has been very bad use for online dating and a lot of different people without knowing what does it mean. A soulmate is not the one. And I say that in my workshops, how to find your soulmate. If the word is too much for you because you feel it's too difficult to find a soulmate, just translate it into the right partner for you. But it's much more than that, because soulmates have a bond, an eternal bond of unconditional love. It's your eternal partner, someone that has been with you before, that can be with you now, and for sure it will continue being with you in the future. And it's there to help you grow. Not only to share the love that you already have for each other.
So would you say that, because one of the things that keeps coming up, which is surprising to me with the people that I'm working with, is, and I think maybe it's part of the journey on this planet that we all struggle with at different times, and I don't know if it's ever really solved once and for all, which is the whole question of loving yourself. Do you have to have some sort of self-love, self-celebration, and self-acceptance to attract a soulmate?
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to be perfect at all, but you have to understand what self-love is about. And the reason why I created my second workshop, that is Fall in Love with Yourself, was because the major issue that I encounter with the participants of the workshop or people that work with me in private sessions is the lack of self-love. Then the lack of self-love doesn't allow you to be happy, healthy, manifest. Why? Because we are all energy. People talk about the law of attraction, but it's one of the universal laws. There are more. Then if we believe in that we are energy, what happens is a soulmate is just someone that is vibrating at the same level of energy. Then this sounds wonderful, but what does it mean? It's like you have to become the kind of partner you want to be with. And a lot of people, for example, one of the testimonials that you can find in my webpage, it was very funny because I was going, I think it was a long weekend, I don't know, around September, and I was driving using my phone as a GPS, and someone called me and I say, I participate in your workshop. I don't know if you remember me. My name is Linda, and I was in the workshop in New York 1 year ago, and I have been thinking in calling you because since I participate in the workshop, I want to tell you that I found my soulmate. But more than that, is that what I learned is that I can dream big and ask for whatever I want. And I wanted a person that will have a boat and will have a jet. And let me tell you that I found this person, and he not only has a plane, he has a company. And I feel so happy. We are in a committed relationship. We have been together for 1 year, now 6 months, and everything is working. Why I mention this example? Not because it's a success story of her, because I didn't do anything. I just share what I know. It's because she felt that she deserved this kind of man. What happened a lot of times is that we ask for things that we don't believe that can be true, or that can happen to us, or that we deserve. Then energetically, we are asking and we are canceling the order at the same time. Does it make sense?
I love that. I've never heard it quite put like that, but that's adorable. I think that's very memorable. We are asking to receive and then saying, no, never mind. This is the subtext. I'm not really worthy.
I'm not ready.
So, yeah,
I'm not worthy
that.
of love.
Ooh,
then
that's so good. Yeah.
A relationship, it's just when we share the love that we have already inside of ourselves. Then when you are not ready for a relationship, you attract someone that is vibrating at the same level. If I have problems with commitment, I will find someone with problems of commitment. If I don't love myself, I will find someone that more or less is needy as me, we will be together, but it's not a true love relationship.
Yeah, I always teach, which is the same thing in a little different words, that you cannot receive, and this isn't just love, this is like you said with money or career or a house or anything, but you cannot receive less or more than who you are vibrating at, who you are being, the combination of all the frequencies, all your thoughts, all your emotions, all your beliefs, all your programming, all that junk, all your light, all your darkness, at one time. But we think we can. And we forget, which you already said, that we have to kind of be the partner or the daughter or the mother or the father or the son or the friend that we would like, right? It's not a one-way street at all in any kind of relationship. Would you agree?
Totally. But let me tell you something that differentiates a soulmate relationship than any other one. People think that when a relationship fails, they have failed. And I like to say that there is no lost time in relationships. You always learn something, and you always keep the love that you have shared. But why is this important? Because when you are in a relationship, you don't need to be perfect. That means that the partner that is showing up in your life right now is preparing you to be a better partner in the future. Soulmates have a characteristic that it's you want to help the other person, no matter what. You want to raise his level of consciousness or her level of development or enlightenment or whatever you want to call it. In a different kind of relationship, like in a karmic relationship, you will leave, you will break up, divorce, break up the relationship. In a soulmate relationship, you stay there because it's like this person has the key of your heart already. This person can see who you are in essence and help you to, with any challenge you have in life, but to manage whatever you have. Even if you don't love yourself, with the right soulmate, your level of self-love will improve because you are recognized.
Wow, that's some deep stuff. I'm gonna kind of be devil's advocate here. So what if you feel, because I always jokingly say, and I don't want to get too deep down the second half of the sentence, but I always say I met my soulmate and he was possessed, which he really is, which is a whole nother debate and a whole nother show. And so obviously, even though we had the most it was a crazy relationship. And sometimes I wonder if it was the entities I fell in love with or him. But nonetheless, what do you do if you really feel like I can't imagine that relationship was so profound? It's hard for me to imagine that there's anything to match it. Can we have different flavors of soulmates, even in romantic love? Can it be just as rich? I mean, it's hard if you haven't experienced, I'm sure, to believe that, but is that possible? And I know a lot of people understand, even though they may not have been in the same situation, they've had that angst kind of intense. You know what I mean too, I'm sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
I have one of my best friends that I believe is my soulmate. We don't share the day-to-day. We even live now in different countries, but we talk so frequently. Now, thanks to FaceTime and all these devices, I mean, you can talk free with video. It's a wonderful relationship. There is no ego in the relationship. He's always there for me, whatever I need, and I feel the same. And with a romantic partner, when you share the day-to-day, things sometimes get more complicated. But I have interviewed so many couples for my book, so many clients that I have seen, that I can tell you that not all soulmate relationships are perfect. The beginning is always amazing because it's a re-encounter. It's like your mind is saying, I don't know you, but your heart is saying, I'm so happy to see you again. Where have you been? Then when you are together, you have to take care one of the other. You have to care about the relationship, because if not, soulmates can get divorced like any other couple. Then you have a connection that makes the relationship special and deep, as I explained before. But at the same time, you have to be present. You have to work on yourself. People think that, the fault is the other person. You don't love me enough. No, stop blaming others. Try to look within yourself.
Okay, Judith,
Because
we're
we
going to
can-
be right. We're going to have to break for a break, and we'll be right back more
Great.
with Judith Costa and how to discover our soulmates right here on The Secret to Everything.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
While science pursues fact, magic accesses the quantum level, bridging random facts to form truth. As long as science and magic remain separate and polarized, the truth cannot be known. I'm Gwilda Wiyaka. Join me on the Science of Magic radio program, dedicated to unification and evolution of consciousness. During each episode, I'll be speaking with experienced and respected scientists and mystics. From astrologers to astronomers, from medical doctors to shaman, the scientific method to dowsing and intuition, we'll weave together information from seemingly divergent practices to promote unity and enlightenment. Join me, Gwilda Wiyaka, and the Science of Magic right here on the Mutual Broadcast Network. For more information, visit www.thescienceofmagic.net.
Gibbs A. Williams, Ph.D., is a practicing psychoanalyst, supervisor, researcher, and author in New York City. Much of his life has been dedicated to understanding nature and the uses of meaningful coincidences or synchronicities. His radical and original non-Jungian, non-mystical, non-magical theory of synchronicities illuminates much of the fog surrounding this challenging and perplexing topic. His ideas and manners are fresh, presented in a style that is both entertaining and highly informative. He is also an expert on crisis intervention, specially focused on violence reduction for the police and citizens, mastering anxiety, frustration, and stress without the use of medication, and effectively preventing and treating heroin addiction. Dr. Williams can be contacted at his email address at gwwilliamsny11@aol.com or visit his website at Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
True healing must address 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, for us to live joyful and productive lives. We tend to treat 3 of the 4, leaving the spiritual languishing. If you're tired of the same dysfunctional patterns cropping up in your life, Soul Balancing is for you. Trixie Phelps, owner and founder of Soul Balancing, is a naturally gifted energy healer trained in numerous esoteric forms, including shamanism. Trixie has created a powerful modality that safely and effectively clears your energetic field. A Soul Balancing session can remove interference, heal trauma, and restore your hope. Contact Trixie for a life-changing long-distance session today, www.soulbalancing.world.
Have stumbled into a rich conversation on The Secret to Everything with Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. We are talking to Judith Costa about I think kind of a really great spiritual and practical discussion about what is a soulmate, what happens if you feel like you've missed your soulmate. And now I'm going to ask you kind of in this segment, I know people are wondering, how the heck do you find your soulmate? Do we just kind of go about our lives and they fall into our lap? Do we come to one of your seminars and you have this like beautiful guarantee? I, Judith Costa, 100% guarantee you find your soulmate. How do we do this?
I would love to offer a 100 guarantee, but I tell people I cannot give you the fish. I can tell you, or I can teach you how to fish.
That's good. That's great. So what are some things we can do? Do we work on ourselves first? We kind of already established that. And even though, like you said, it is a journey and you don't have to be perfect, we do need to put the energy and time and effort into the relationship. So for example, if someone, and I talk to a lot of women that are sitting at home, they're on the computers, they're watching Netflix. I mean, technology is wonderful, like you were sharing, but it can kind of keep us bottled up too. Maybe they don't want to go on online dating. What should they do? Do they have to get out? Do they have to go to meetup groups? Do they have to go to a church or synagogue?
No, not really. Not really. My teacher and my friend, my teacher of astrology, he says that when you are trying to find love, go to have coffee. I mean, throw your coffee machine and go to the bar, go to Starbucks to have coffee. That. Yeah, it's a very good advice. But at the same time, think that your soulmate will arrive into your life at the right moment within a divine timing. What you have to do is to define the kind of relationship you want to establish very clearly and be concrete. It's like placing an order. If I go to a coffee place and I'm not sure about what to order, and I'm in the counter and say, okay, make me a coffee. No, maybe coffee with milk. No, I want tea. No, I'm not sure. Maybe a juice. What this person is going to tell me is like, okay, while you think, let me take care of the rest of the orders, and when you figure it out, I will help you. Then the universe does the same. Then just focus your intention and all your attention in defining what kind of relationship you want to be in. You want a partner. You want a partner with whom you can share everything. You want the best sex that you can have. You want a companion. It's just a friendship. Because I have people that are already married that come to the workshops because they are interested in the concept of soulmates. Then what exactly you want to do together? How are you going to feel when you find this person? Are you ready to meet this person tomorrow or in 3 months? Do you feel that you have some work to do? What are you going to do together? Do you want a family? How are you going to create this relationship? Because all these ideas is what keep alive the desire that you are showing to the universe in order to help you manifest this other being. You become a magnet to love, and it happens easily, naturally, automatically, without the struggle. But you have to be sure that nothing is holding you back. This is the part that we do in the workshop. I will say that it's divided into 2 parts. It's in the case of the one-day workshop, during the morning, we go through everything that can hold you back. And we have a list. It can be forgiveness, it can be completing your past, it can be your ideas about love and loving, it can be your unconscious patterns of thought or behavior. And we go deep and see if there is anything that can be difficulting the way you manifest. What are you doing that is not working? And during the evening, what we do is to apply what is called the law of attraction, how to become this magnet to love. And we follow this 3-step process. Desire is what I have been explaining. You have to be concrete and ask for what you want. But then you have to accept that it's true. It's number 2. But the number 3 is to live as if. Then coming back to your question, people that are trying to find soulmates have to live as if their soulmate is already in their life.
Now, what do you mean by that? So they are happy and content and complete and joyful and enjoying life, doing hobbies, biking or walking or traveling, just as if they had that in other words, they're not a half person, or they're not incomplete is kind of what you're saying.
You explain it perfectly.
Okay. That's really challenging. It's really easy for you and I to sit here today and talk about this.
No,
but you and I know it's challenging.
It's less challenging. Let me give you an example. When you are going to your favorite restaurant, what is your favorite restaurant?
Oh gosh. It's a place called Fleming's. It's a nice high-end steakhouse.
Okay, great. Do you go by car or walking?
Yes, usually by car.
Okay. When you enter in the car, what are you thinking? Do you know the place, the menu? You know what are you going to order?
Yes, I'm usually thinking, oh, I can't wait to get there. It's so amazing. It's so yummy. I'm going to order this. I'm going to order that. I wonder what their specials are. Yeah.
Your mouth waters?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, great. Can you see yourself sitting there and eating the food?
Totally.
Okay, great. Then when you're in the car, you are not thinking, maybe it's closed. Maybe the kitchen is on fire and I cannot eat. Maybe they don't have a table for me. Maybe they ran out of food. You don't have all these bats, no? You can see yourself sitting and eating. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, totally. Uh-huh.
Then the power of your imagination works pretty well.
Yes. Yes.
Why cannot we apply the same to a relationship?
Oh, that's fun. So we can anticipate, happily anticipate while going about our life, exactly what we're looking forward to, even if it's not in our life right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. The most powerful tool that you have is your imagination, the power of your thoughts and your emotions. If you can put this, not the fifth senses, the six senses in enjoying the encounter, that's the reason why I work with dreams. My soulmate came into my dreams before I met him in real life.
Wow.
Then everything is possible if you believe it is. Then focus all your attention, all 100 of your energy has to be there. Where you put your energy is where the energy goes. Then set up the intention, but stop living in the past, in this past where none of my relationship work. It's not going to happen to me. I'm too old. I'm too fat. I'm too broke. Stop giving yourself reasons why it's not going to happen, and start giving yourself reasons why you can have the most amazing love.
That's beautiful. Now, speaking of astrology, which is a topic you're very well acquainted with, sometimes when I have asked and other people have asked their astrologers, we get told it's not the right time. He or she or whoever is not ready for you. What is your whole thing about kind of the timing of these relationships? Do we have any control over that?
No. And yes. Let me explain. Things happen within a divine timing. In this three-step process that I was explaining, the only thing that you have to focus is on the what. What kind of relationship you want. Define your soulmate. The when and the how the encounter is going to happen depends on the universe. And this is perfect. Because once you have sent your order, you can sit and relax. You don't need to obsess. You don't need to repeat it. The universe have your order, but you have to keep your desire alive. Then in astrology, what we see is when is the best moment for. Then what I do the most and I enjoy more in astrology is to compare the charts of two people. It's called synastry. And when we have the information about these two people, we can see what kind of relationship they are going to create. This is not to find your soulmate. This is when you are with someone and you want the confirmation if this person is your soulmate or what is going to happen between you two. Because this comparison, what it's going to tell you is not going to talk about compatibility. It's deeper than that. It's going to talk about who you are, what you bring together, what are you going to create when you are a team, what are the challenges and the gifts of the relationship. 1 + 1 is more than 2. Then in astrology, we can see who you are when we have your birth chart. It's like having a X-ray of who you are in essence. It talks about every area of your life. But when we compare it with another person, the planets will establish relationships that will talk about your past lives, what are your connection in this lifetime, if you have karma or issues to heal and to solve, if you are soulmates, if the destiny is playing a role in your encounter. And I don't know, I find it so interesting. I do this for fun. But you can do this not only with your romantic partners, with your children, with your parents, with your friends, with your colleagues. If you want to start a business, check on your partner and see how the relationship is going to work.
Interesting. Have you ever recommended, if someone's asked you to run 2 charts, have you ever recommended that someone not continue the relationship, or do you just leave that up to them? Is it really obvious by what you're sharing? Okay.
No, never, ever. And I don't think that this ever exists. When I did the synastry of my actual husband, I knew perfectly that it was a challenge. I mean, we have a connection that says that we are soulmates, but we are totally opposite, and our energy doesn't speak the same language. Then he approached me as a client. He wanted me to do his chart, and I did it. Even before we established any kind of relationship, he was a client for me. Then when I saw who he was, I didn't realize the potential that was there until the first day that we had, that we start talking in future tense and preparing our first vacation together. And it took us 1 week to decide to move together and start a family and all these things. It was so fast. Everything happened like in speed of light. But I had all the information. As an astrologer, I had his birth chart. I could do the comparison of our charts, and I knew the challenge. And I will never say anyone, don't go there, because it's part of your soul learning. It's part of what the other person has for you to offer, and how it's going to push your buttons, and how it's going to help you to be not complete, because no one's complete. You are already complete, but help you to learn exactly what you need. With the behavior of those people that you blame, they are serving you. They are not just doing that kind of things just to bother you. That's not correct. From a soul perspective, all these people around you that bother you, that drive you crazy, that you blame, are helping you to become a better version of yourself.
Oh gosh, Judith, I don't think I could have said that better myself. And hindsight is 20/20, and often we can look back on relationships that we thought were horrific or painful, or they lied or they cheated, or whatever the pain was, and we can discover that. So if you guys would like to learn more about Judith, her website is judithmcosta.com, M as in Mary, and we'll be right back with more on soulmates, how to find your soulmate, loving yourself, all here on The Secret to Everything with Dr. Kimberly McGeorge.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
I am Dr. Carl O'Helvey, founder, president of a new cancer foundation focusing on evidence-based physical, mental, and spiritual interventions, including natural cancer cures, prayer, meditation, affirmations, nutrition, and other related holistic cancer prevention and cure modalities. These are used in cancer education, research, and financing care. I ask for your help to continue this important work by donating at www.holisticcancerfoundation.com.
Wouldn't you love to know the secret to everything? I'm Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and on The Secret to Everything, we will merge the practical with open investigation into all realms of the mysterious. We will talk to cutting-edge alternative health practitioners, those who inspire and motivate you in business and life, and of course, we will share stories of the paranormal, conspiracy, and cryptozoology. You will transform because of the frequency I carry, the frequencies my guests carry. Life may never be the same after you listen to this program, for the secret to everything is for you, the listener, for those who desire more in every area of their lives and believe that it can still be found. Listen and discover thesecrettoeverything.com.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.
You're listening to the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net.
You are listening to The Secret to Everything with Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and we are back with Judith Costa, and her website is Judith M as in Mary, Costa.com. So let's get down. We're kind of talking about the negative aspect of relationships. What would be the reason that somebody would continually attract unavailable partners, married partners, men or women that weren't willing to commit? Of course, we're talking about romantic relationships. How do you get out of that cycle, I have to tell you this, it was so funny. I swear for like I haven't dated in 4 years, but when I was dating, it was like they'd always marry the woman after me, Judith. It was so awful. I'm like, what was wrong? Of course, I thought, what was wrong with me? Now I know there was nothing wrong with me, but at the time, that's where I was. So kind of talk us through that. Why would that be happening?
Yeah, again, coming back to the beginning of the conversation, the key here is self-love. Why? Because when you love yourself, you don't choose relationships or experiences that doesn't demonstrate this love that you say that you have for yourself. Then what happens is sometimes we act out of habit. We have what is called patterns. Patterns is a repetition. Instead of choosing, we tend to repeat something. And these patterns can be conscious, but they can be totally unconscious. then I may say that I want to find a soulmate and even register in my workshop or do private sessions. But when we go deep, what we discover is that when I enter in a relationship, what I'm saying is, please give me the love you have because I don't have it. I have a void. And I need to fill this void with whatever love. And I accept anything that it's coming to me, even if it comes from a married man or an available man or not the kind of love that I want. Then think that coming back to the law of attraction, the universe is not judging you. There is no one up there saying, you deserve this, you don't deserve that. No, it's easier than that. The universe just sends you the people and the experiences that matches with your beliefs. Let me repeat because it's very important. You will receive those things that matches with your vibration, with your energy, with the way you see life. Then when we go deeper, what we see is when I attract unavailable partners, usually, even though I say I'm open to a relationship, I'm not open. I'm not ready for commitment. There is something that is holding me back. It can be the lack of self-love. It can be that I don't believe that I'm ready for a relationship. It can be that I don't feel that a relationship it fits in my life because I want to continue being free. And I feel like being a committed relationship, it's constraining, or in a certain way I will have to change my life. Then I'm not really open to love. What I tell all my clients is be sure that your heart is open, but totally open, doors open. Because sometimes we ask for things, as we said, but we cancel the order.
That was beautifully said. So wise. What current books, or you mentioned your book, you have a book. What is your book called, and what is it, how could people get a hold of that?
I know the book is not published. It's written. If there is any editor, publisher listening to the interview, I will be happy to talk to them. It's written in English, and it's a story about love and how to find your soulmates. I want to make it in plural because I think that this will awake people to think that it's not as difficult as we all thought. No, it's possible to find soulmates. I have found more than one. I can do it, you can do it. And it's just about looking inside of yourself and seeing if there is anything that you can, I don't know, I don't want to say change or improve because you are already perfect the way you are. But if there is anything that with a little bit of help or effort, we can modify in order for you to find love, true love, easily.
I like that. Are you in the middle of doing any workshops, or do you have anything coming up you'd like to share with our audience?
Oh, yeah. I have the whole complete calendar for 2017 that they will find in the website. By the way, next week, the website will be a wonderful new website. But we have How to Find Your Soulmate in New York, Saturday, February 18, one day. And Fall in Love with Yourself, also in New York, on April 29th. We have a wonderful 3-day retreat that combines these two ideas, is how to find your soulmate combined with an intensive of self-love in the wine country of El Dorado near San Francisco, California. Yeah, it sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to come back. And I have a retreat 1 week. It's called Loving, it's about happiness, and it's Loving Your Way to Happiness. And this is a little bit more, not only on relationships, it's about having these instructions to be happy in life.
Oh, how
Have
beautiful.
you asked for a manual?
Beautiful. I love it. Well, you offer us so much hope. I think that's what I take from this conversation the most is you really bring a lot of hope. We don't have to be
There
on
is
endless
hope.
dating sites. We don't have to search for, our best
No.
friend or the pet that clicks with us, that we can naturally and are naturally attracting, people that, magnetize to us, and we can change our beliefs. We can release old hurts. We can raise our frequency, can expand our field. There is so much hope. Thank you so much for being with us today, Judith. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I really appreciate the opportunity to share what I have learned on my own path. And yes, I want to offer hope. If I have to make a brief summary of the conversation, it will be that yes, you have the power to become love, and in this way, you will manifest the love that you want. Your soulmate is out there waiting for you. Then just take the lead and become responsible for who you are and what you want, and it will happen. I believe in you, and I love you.
Oh, thank you so much. What a blessing you are. Thank you for being you and following your passion. Check Judith out at Judith M. as in Mary Costa, COSTA.com. Thank you so much, and we look forward to having you back again.
Thank you. It will be a pleasure. I had a great time.
Wonderful. And we will be having some other amazing guests coming up in the month of February. We have Michael and Marty Perry. They are kind of unusual. They call themselves mediums, but they have the talent to draw the people that you love and connect you to them through drawing. They are absolutely so much fun to interview. You guys will really enjoy that. We have a wonderful psychic, Danielle Agnew. She was a consultant on the TV show Supernatural, and she is one of the best psychics that I personally have ever had on my show. You will absolutely love her. We've got some great things going on at the home base at Secret to Everything. We're going to be having I barely ever do this, you guys, but we're going to open up the doors to a $47 reading call, and you will get a live reading with me on life or love. And I know that that's going to be a lot of fun. That's coming up in February. We just opened the doors to the magic of intuition. Do you think all these people on the X Zone and on the show are just amazing because they're psychic and they're astrologers and they're remote viewers? Yeah, they are amazing. But guess what? You guys are amazing too. You guys know that you're gifted. Everybody has supernatural abilities. Everybody has the ability to have intuition. Some of you know it, and maybe you just need kind of to sort it out and see what you're strong in. We're going to be bringing in our technology. Everything that we do is woven alongside our technology, and we're going to be sharing what we believe your clairs are, whether you can hear, whether you can know, whether you can see, whether you have them all. And the ones that you don't have, we're going to be doing practical exercises to help bring out that ability. So exciting. Right now we have the link up on the Secret to Everything page on Facebook. We also have our free gift. We just changed over from offering free aura readings to offering you a personal reading on your chakras. Why does that matter, you say? Well, if you wonder why you aren't intuitive, maybe your third eye shut down, maybe your crown chakra shut down. Maybe we were talking about love today, and we'll be talking about love through the month of February, but maybe your heart chakra's kind of grown cold and there's no energy flowing through that. If your chakras are messed up, your meridians are messed up. If your meridians are messed up, your hormones can be messed up. Your brain chemicals can be wonky. You can think weird things. Also, when you don't feel well and your physical health goes down, everything just kind of goes down. Have you ever noticed when you're sick, you just kind of, you're like, oh, you get those bills and everything kind of goes down. So there's a lot to energy medicine. There's a lot to the technology that we have available today. And I do hope you guys will take advantage of that. We are so thrilled to be on the X Zone. We are so happy that you listened to the show, and we are so happy with the feedback. If you'd like to be a guest, get a hold of me through the X Zone or on my website. If you have any suggestions for guests, we are always open to hearing about your suggestions. We so appreciate you listening. Like I said, I can't think of anything else. This has been such an amazing show. I do want to second what Judith said, and I do want to say it is possible. I see it every day. We see it reflected in the aura readings and the text scans that we do. It is possible to change everything. If you have health issues, it's possible to get better. If you have love situations, we just spent an hour talking about some really practical ways to attract love in your life. It doesn't matter. Money flow, abundance. We do a number of shows. We just talked to Shirley a couple shows back, and she gave us some phenomenal ways to change your viewpoint and to change your relationship with money. So I do want to leave you with hope. I do want to leave you with the promise of happiness. I hope everyone enjoys their day. Again, we thank you so much for listening. This is sponsored by SecretToEverything.com. I am Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and you've been listening to The Secret to Everything.